Wonderful. It's time for another night of boot camp. This is day 2 of the Attorney Marketing Funnel Boot Camp. And as you can see, our class is getting a little smaller. And that's because as you progress through boot camp, if you're not able to get everything done, then you don't come back to the lives, okay? So make sure every night, every task that you have, get that task done so that you will get an email with the following night's Zoom link. All right, in the chat, for those of you all who are coming in the chat, there is a link to a form, and this form is for you to tell me and the rest of the bootcamp attendees the 3 things that you have learned about the Connect Team app since you downloaded it. Tonight's focus for bootcamp is for us to get that app nice and figured out so that we can begin our first round of emails. And that's the second half of tonight is email. Myra, are you prepared to discuss the information that you learned from your research with Connect Team for a few moments?
Yes, I am. Okay. I contacted Connect Team and they said that this app is basically for employers and employee scheduling. It would be difficult to use it with clients that want to maintain their privacy, but it can be done. I have an appointment scheduled for a Zoom meeting with them on October the 13th, and I'll find out additional information.
Wonderful. Now, this is what I like about that, right? Because you're not going to get all the answers from about Connect Team from me. You're going to have to find out for yourself. They have a nice amount of help tutorials. They have a telephone number that you can call. Obviously, you can set up a meeting with them. You can do all sorts of things so that you can go ahead and figure out how to customize the app to work for you. Now, I do know, and I had an email from Wayne, and so I want to make sure because everybody else probably has this question too. I do know that there is a way that you can control the chat. And the reason that I know that is because as I logged into some of your apps this evening, I saw that some of you have changed some things on your Launchpad, okay? You already have gone in and played around with things, and I was not able to chat with you because you shut that part of the app down. So because this app is free, okay, we want to figure out how to make it work for us, even though it's not specifically designed to do so. This is one of the things that as a solopreneur, you have to do. You have to take, especially when your budget is limited, you have to figure out how to get things to mold under your business model to the best of your ability before you go out and start to spend more money. Now, there may be other apps out there as well. And if that's the case, definitely try those out, find those. And if you find one that, hey, it's only $10 a month, this will work even better, and you're ready to start that commitment, then by all means do so. The bottom line of bootcamp is this: that opt-in funnel has to have a freemium. Your freemium is access to your app. Okay, whether you use the Connect Team app or whether you come up with another app, it's completely up to you. However, as Myra has just told us, she has a Zoom meeting set up with someone from Connect Team, because while it is designed for an employee an employer and an employee with schedules, it can be used for what we're trying to use it for. And because it's free, you want to try to figure that out to the best of your ability. So as everyone comes in, there is a link in the chat. And in that link, use that link, if you will, to give us the 3 things that you have learned about the Connect Team app since you downloaded it. One of the tasks that you were given is to go ahead and put your, remove me as a user. Okay, so you guys got the practice of adding a user. Now I need you to practice removing a user. Okay, Urania and Myra, if you could please get your questions in the chat for me. What you want to do is, now that you've got the questions, now that you've got the app set up, you want to go ahead and practice removing a user. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show everyone the results of the responses, and we have them coming in slowly. Okay, so what we have here is Myra's input is that it's really geared for the employee. Updates can be instant or scheduled. And you can put in jobs with addresses, which will pop up automatically. Okay, this is great. All right. Suzette discovered that you can send updates. You learn how to remove the admin and that you can add new features. Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was meant to put, the admin features.
Awesome. Okay. Sheila says that it was my personal app. Okay. You learn how to add and delete users, and that you can develop training within the app. That's very, very good. That's very, very good. Okay. Awesome. All right. Mara says, I like the idea of the app being free, but I like more of a booking site. I'm looking into Setmore and have a meeting set up with them. Setmore is a free app. Awesome. I love it. Figure out what works best for your business model, folks. This is just one solution. Okay. You can use whatever you want, but what I want to make sure of is that whatever you use doesn't break the bank right off the bat. You want to make sure you lead with revenue. Okay. Make sure you lead with revenue. All right. So let's go hop on into the app real quick. And I like the fact that it does everything, you guys. You want to do the two-step authentication. So when I log in, wrong phone number. When I log in, I should, if you all have started to remove me as a user, I should not see your information pop up here, right, as an option. So we'll see here how many people have removed me as a user as instructed. 2585. Okay, I still have the Pinwheel Agency. I still have MI Notary Nance. I still have Lawson Notary Service. I still have Resolution Notary and Signing. Thank you, James. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Myra. Thank you, Sheila. I think you guys have all gotten your me removed as a user. For everyone else, that is a task that has to be completed tonight. If not, then you won't be able to get the link for tomorrow's training, right?
Did I not remove myself?
I'm sorry.
I'm not on there. I removed you. I didn't hear you say my name.
Yeah, that's correct. You did. You removed me. If you don't see your name here, that means that you removed me as a user.
Perfect.
If you see your name, that means I'm still a user for you. All right. So I'm going to log into the one that we set up for the complete signings when we were doing the attorney getting ready for the attorney situation. Now, job scheduling, I remember that they said that we could actually attach things to this job scheduling feature so that, say that there was someone who wanted to dispatch you to go do a signing. If they were the admin, and that's the big thing. If they're an admin, they can attach things to you, and then you get that attachment along with the job if you should take it and accept it, okay? So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna go and schedule a job. All right, let's see here. Let me schedule a job with James. Okay, when I want to schedule a job with James, all I did is I scrolled down to James, and then on Monday, September 27th, and I clicked on the little plus sign in that box because that's the day that I want him to be able to go out and do this particular job, right? That's when the signing is going to happen. So I'm going to click on that plus. And I'm going to tell it here, and keep in mind, you see all these template titles, shift title, job. You can change the names of these things. You don't have to have it titled. This field does not have to be called shift title. You can name this notary signing, okay? You have to just go into your settings and get familiar with how to do all those changes. At any rate, I'm going to call this a warranty deed, okay? You can go in here also and set up different types of notarization types or different types of job types. Here we've got mobile general notary work under 50 miles, mobile general notary work greater than 50 miles, remote online notarization, and then virtual notary case management. Again, this was set up and is set up in the event that the attorneys begin to send over business. This is already kind of in place. Everyone is already over here. I can put the job out and people can grab it. So this is going to be a mobile general notary work job under 50 miles. I've only selected James. However, if I wanted my entire team to be able to grab that, I would enable users to claim this shift. Okay. Oh, no, I couldn't actually. That's only on the upgraded plan. Upgrade to our premium plan to unlock tons of features and capabilities. So technically, I would have to do this thing one at a time under the free plan. So that's something else that we just learned that needs to be added to your reservoir when it comes to this app. If you want to do more creative things, you're probably going to have to upgrade to the paid version. And at that point, I would be like Myra and look into something else to see if it gave me that same functionality that's free before I began to pay. Okay. Location, I'm going to type, the free version doesn't let you. Look at that. The free version is not letting me type a location. Now, when I did this trial, I did the trial under a premium plan, clearly, because we set it up with the thought that to be able to do all of these things. But since I'm not getting any signings from them, it's not a good expense. It's never a good idea to incur an expense for something that's not bringing you any revenue. So I can quickly upgrade this as soon as I get ready, but just know that while it's free, you're going to have very limited functionality. So it may very well be worthwhile to look at other options just to see if you get more flexibility there, or if it's worthwhile to go ahead on and upgrade. Here's the other option. Keep it free until the business starts coming in. Keep it free until that first signing happens. You don't need all of this stuff right now, right? You can just keep it free until until the opportunity presents itself, when you can go ahead and knock out that annual subscription all in one fell swoop. And that's, of course, if you haven't found something else that you like. Okay. Now let's get down to what I was talking about before, the attaching of a document. So here's the little paper clip down here in the notes. And then I can attach an image, and I can attach a file, or I can do something with the shortcut, which I've never played with. I'm going to go ahead and look at here. I can't do anything with this free version. This free version cuts me off at the pass at every single turn. So I'm going to have to unlock the premium version. I'm going to have to unlock the premium version to connect or to add documents or anything like that, right? So when you're giving this to your attorneys, your functionality under the free version is just going to be probably limited to your chat and the quickness with which that they can get to you. I need you, Sheila. I need you, Myra. Could they text you? Yes. But the benefit of them going through the app, okay, is because you don't want to appear as a solo situation. You're trying, your whole goal in life when you start this marketing campaign is to appear that you're able to provide the service anytime, right? Whether or not it's going to be you or whether or not it's going to be somebody from your team. Okay. Any questions?
Yes, ma'am. What did Miss Myra find comparable?
There's something called Setmore, which is really a booking site, more of a booking site.
Oh, no, I know
Which
what
is
that
free.
is. Setmore. Okay.
So that's what I have found.
But does Setmore have the attaching of the documents and the
I
location?
don't
so.
think so.
Okay. So connecting, and I need to find out how much the pricing is, because I don't know what the pricing is for connecting to know if it's worth it or not. Well,
So
what package were you looking into, Miss Monica, when you were, if it was going to be beneficial?
I was looking at the expert because of the flexibility that it gave to be able to do everything. But again, I pulled back on that when we didn't get any bites from that attorney meeting. So, but the basic will do just fine, right?
Yeah.
The basic will do just fine. And now keep in mind that this is the yearly price. When you scroll over here to monthly, it's $47 per month, right? So $47 per month on the basic if you did the monthly. The reason it was $39 is because it was set to yearly up at the top.
That's what, $400?
Yeah. All right, Urania, I'm checking the chat. It says I have an appointment with the Connect team on October the 7th, and I had an attorney office reach out to me today asking, am I mobile and what's my price? How do you determine prices with attorney? Oh, wow, congratulations, Urania. That is awesome.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent job. Now, because you are here, that means you completed all of your Common Core classes at Notary Nerds University. And one of your Common Core classes was how to determine your price. So that last part of your question can be answered by revisiting that particular class. So I want you to watch that class. It also comes with a calculator. That's how you determine your pricing. Is you put all the inputs in and then you run the numbers, and then that way you'll be able to come up with it. But that is absolutely amazing. You've been working hard at this and you finally got a bite. I'm so happy for you. Did you?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Seriously, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Yes. Seeing you was all upset the other night and going
'Cause I know you
already
were.
overflowing.
Okay.
Exactly. Very good job. Did you get an appointment with them, Urania, or do you still have to go get them some numbers?
Yeah, I got to get them some numbers first, and I'll call tomorrow.
Excellent. I love the fact that you're going to follow up with a phone call
Yes.
at this point, since you didn't have your numbers right away. And this is a very good point for us, guys. That one sheet in that branding your business class, that needs to be done before you do this marketing. Your pricing, you need to know how much you'll charge under 50 miles. All these things need to already be figured out before you send your marketing out, because you want to anticipate that they're going to be calling you. They're going to be asking you questions. And can you send me more information about yourself? You need to be able to email them or let them know right away whatever it is that they're asking for. So
Now,
make
Monica,
sure. Yes.
I'm sorry. I got the pricing for what I would charge a title company, but I just don't have one for what I would charge for an attorney, because
Well,
it's different.
with with your notarization service, it's a notarization service, right? So you're
Right.
charging either by stamp, you're charging, the only inputs to your pricing are your distance traveled, the number of stamps or however many things you're going to be notarizing, the cost of your paper, the cost of your ink. It doesn't matter if it's an attorney or a title company or whomever. Your
Gotcha.
pricing needs to already be calculated in based on those things.
Okay.
Yes, Sarah.
And I know that you keep saying 50 miles. My pricing, I'm sorry, I'm capped at 25. So it's 25 miles greater, or because 50 miles, that I don't know, that sounds like an hour or two. How long does that sound, y'all? 50 miles? About 2 hours?
An hour, at least an hour there.
Yes,
and
so
an
I
hour
think
back.
25 is where I'm at, 25 or greater, or 25 and under. I think that's a good
I
market
think that's perfect. I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We have to also remember our target audience.
Exactly.
And I absolutely love that you're putting boundaries on your distance, because that's what you need to do as a business owner. I don't care what you need. I'm not coming past 25 miles because that's how I operate my business. Kudos to you for that. That's awesome. Plus, you already have Ron. So you really don't need to be traveling anywhere. However, you still need to determine your pricing, and you've already set your best practices on your geographical service area.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Those things are good. Just make sure all that's reflected on your one sheet, right? So people understand that when they do reach out to you via your app or any other method, that you can do Ron and you can do mobile, but your mobile is restricted to this service area. And that service area is 25 miles one way from whatever point that you use as your starting point.
Yeah, we can do 25. We can do 50 round trip, but not.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good. So on your one sheet, 50 miles round trip. Now, here's the other thing. On the other side of that coin is the target audience who is usually in need of that extra, distance. Okay. They may want you to go a little further, but guess what? You just may not be the notary for them if they need somebody to go 50 miles. And that's quite all right. What you tell them is, I do have remote online notarization capabilities. If you like, I can get your clients' documents notarized via online remote notarization as my geographic service area there, as this signing extends beyond my geographic service area.
Well, I
Okay.
service everyone, but for 50 miles, it's just an extra fee. So that's what I'm being clear on. I don't mind, like I said, it'll be, my maximum is 25, but round trip, I would like it to be 50. But if any more than 50, I have to charge extra. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
Yeah,
For
that
all
makes
of my notaries, because I'm thinking about not just myself, but any notaries that I decide to outsource, they need to pay
Correct.
extra for that for them.
very good. That's good. And just making sure all of that jives on your one sheet.
Is there?
Perfect. Yeah,
Super.
exactly. All right. Let's see here. I'm working for my phone. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay. So that's the thing with the app. You're gonna go do your own due diligence to figure out which app works best for you. The key is you need a link, because we need to take that link over to ClickFunnels, okay, and tie it to your app. I'm sorry, to your first page of your funnel, okay? And so that's what we're about to do next, all right? Any questions about this before we go on? All right.
So you did say the basic would be good enough for us right now, starting out, and then as we see we need more or get more business, upgrade to the expert, because that's what you was with the, okay.
Yeah, you really don't need expert. You could actually get the attached feature and whatnot with the advanced. The only reason I was going to do expert was because of the volume, something it was going to give me because of the volume. But right now, until you get users, I would stick with the free plan.
And Monica, I did remove you.
You did what now?
I removed you from the app.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. All right. So let's take a look at ClickFunnels.
ClickFunnels
It's
scare
logged in
me.
here. It is so exciting, you guys. I've been working on a funnel all day. I am addicted. I started this researching process for how to use ClickFunnels back Memorial Day weekend, and it has been a journey, I'm telling you. But when I tell you it is so exciting, because I can tell I'm getting better at creating them, number one. Number two, I'm starting to understand the process a lot better. You're basically, if you could imagine, standing with someone at the beginning of the sidewalk. And what your ClickFunnel is a person that's holding that person's hand and pulling them across each crack of the sidewalk. That's the best way I can describe what the sales funnel process is like. They're walking that person, your prospect, your potential client, along the sidewalk to get to the end of the sidewalk where there's an opportunity for them to do business with you. But it's like a nice guide. It's like a little guide that's walking them right through the process. So when it comes time to connect your domain, which is the, actually your domain is something different, right? We already talked about, let's go into the ClickFunnels link, and everybody should have the link to the funnel. Have you all tried to log in and play with it or do anything with it at all?
I thought you said that we didn't have like
I
a
have.
subscription that we couldn't play with.
You can't. You cannot, correct. If you don't
Okay.
have a free or paid subscription, you will not be able to play around with it. So
Okay.
this is for those who have that free subscription. Has anyone been able to play around with it or anything? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead,
So
Janetta.
I was watching your video and I am having trouble understanding how, I think like we set the title of the funnel. It's called Attorney Marketing
Right.
Opt-in. And then when you go to select your pages, the first page is opt-in, the second one is thank you.
Right.
How does that marry or connect to the Connect Team site?
Excellent.
Where do we put
Excellent,
that in here?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, the where is on the thank you page. All right. So once you get your thank you page pulled up, you'll click on edit page.
Mm-hmm.
And once this pops up, there is a button here that you can rename, and you can, say whatever you
Yep.
want. I have to change it to click here to get the app. You want to click on the settings for that element. Every one of these things is called an element. You see how it kind of outlines that lets you know which element you're working on?
Mm-hmm.
So on the button element, you want to click on the settings. And over in settings, you want to go over to set action. So you click on set action. Once you click on set action, it says, hey, what do you want it to do when people click on this button? Do you want it to submit the form, open a pop-up, do a Facebook opt-in, or go to a website URL? That's the one you want to select.
Okay.
The link to your app goes there.
Okay.
And you can tell it, hey, when it opens, you can open that page in the same window. I recommend that you have them open in a new tab. So
Okay.
I select open in new tab window. Now you could have told it to go to the next step in the funnel, but we don't have another step. It's just 2 steps, a really simple funnel. Or you could have told it to scroll down to another section on that page, right? So there's all kinds of things you can do to set that action. But once you've done that and you hit enter, you paste your tab, you paste your link, your URL there, you hit enter, and you make sure you click on save.
Mhm.
And then what you'll see here is the URL to the app.
Okay.
And then how we know it works is we'll go over here and preview it. And here we'll click here to get app link.
Okay.
And it'll take us directly over to, I think we had it set up with Myra. Yes, we had it set up with Myra. So now I can put my name and information in, but I'm not going to do that, and then send for approval.
Okay. That's
It's
Myra's
like the same
logo.
concept of masking your domain name, right? It's the same concept. Correct, Ms. Monica,
Say
or
that-
no?
Post
It's the
that
same
logo.
concept as when we get that link, when we're masking our domain name to that forwarding link. It's the same concept, correct?
No, okay? The reason it's not the same as the masking, we're about to talk about that. You're
Okay.
actually just putting a URL on you're just hyperlinking a button.
Okay, that's it. Simple, hyperlinking a button.
That's it.
So the domain is actually harder than masking is more challenging.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's talk about that, because for those of you guys who do have your subscription, your free trial started, the next thing that you're going to need to do is to connect your domain to your ClickFunnels. Okay. And I'm not real good at that. So I'm going to show you what I can show you, but don't rely totally on me to do that, because guess what I had to do?
Just go to YouTube.
I had to go to YouTube, but I also went to the chat. I reached out to them, and they pointed me in the right direction. Okay. So let me go and show you guys what I can show you of that process. Let me go back over here to ClickFunnels. Any more questions about the 2-step funnel that we've got going so far? Everybody knows that this is going to be email. This is not the one. This is not the YouTube sales letter funnel that we're going to do tomorrow. This is just the funnel that's going out to those people in your email database. Okay. The sales funnel that's going out that we're working on tomorrow is going to involve you making videos and incorporating those videos into a funnel. And that funnel will probably consist of 3 or 4 steps versus just these 2. All right. Okay, so let's come back over here and let's go over here to settings. Up in the upper right-hand corner, you have the ability to go to account settings. Down at the bottom of the list on the left, you'll see domains. And as you can see here, this is where all the domains associated with your funnels are going to be added. What you have to do at the beginning is add a new domain. Well, actually at the beginning, you had to go get a domain. afterhoursnotary.com, HoustonRonNotary.com, whatever you got, that's where this is getting ready to be added. So you click here to add a new domain, and you can register a new domain by going through them and getting it. I never like to have all of my eggs in one basket when it comes to these types of things. I prefer to have one entity that holds my domains, and I will figure out how to connect it with the other entity. I feel like that gives me more security on my domains and it keeps things nice and separate. However, I'm sure there's no problem with you getting a domain directly from ClickFunnels, right? Or directly through ClickFunnels. But I go over here and I add my own domain. Now, depending on where you got your domain from, it will tell you that there are several different help tutorials that you can use. But I get mine through GoDaddy and it's pretty easy. It looks like it's gonna make me try to do one now. Let me see here.
And Ms. Myra said they charging $20 for that.
Yeah, they're charging a little bit more than what you could get it for at GoDaddy. OnlineNotary.com. It's probably not gonna work. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna say how to connect your domain to ClickFunnels. In order for your custom domain to work, you'll need to log in to where you bought your domain and add a CNAME record that points www@target.clickfunnels.com. If you're not sure how to do this, here are some detailed instructions. This is what I was trying to get to. So this is where you would click the detailed instructions, and let me see here. They have just about everybody listed. Here's adding a GoDaddy domain, and you don't have to be a technical genius. You just have to follow directions and be patient with yourself, okay? I click on here, it shows you in a video, and then they do all the steps here and screenshots as well.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. It took me maybe 15 minutes, okay? The other thing you wanna make sure of as well is the last few steps, adding the SSL to your domain. If you don't get that HTTPS, what's gonna happen is when you deploy your funnel, it's gonna say to the user, this website is not secure. Warning, 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 go away. You do not want that. So you wanna make sure you follow all of these steps to make sure that your domain is secure. And what's gonna happen if it is secure is it's gonna pop up. Let me show you. It's gonna show up as secured on your dashboard, okay? Secured. Until it says secured, if somebody was to visit it, it would say, this site is not secure. Are you sure you want to? You do not want all of your potential clients nervous and afraid that they're about to go into some crazy part of the interwebs because they visited your funnel. You want your funnel to, let me go to this funnel. Let me see here, let me go back. Let me go to peoplefirstuniversity.com so that when I visit it, you can actually see that it does not have that warning. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Have I not attached it? Okay, maybe I haven't connected it or disconnected it. Let me go pricingfornotaries.com. I think that one's still connected. Yeah, I think that one's still connected. Oh, no, it's not connected. Anyway, bad example, but the point being is you don't get that warning symbol that says this website is not secure. So just make sure you follow the steps to adding your domain all the way through that security socket layer. Any questions? Checking the chat. Okay. All right, so we've got just enough time to move on to the next step, which is the actual email. The emails can be found, or actually the email can be found, your initial email. This is what's about to happen. You have a couple of things, pieces of homework. So tonight, obviously you want to play around more with your funnel. If you need to get more familiarized with how to edit it, changing the colors to make sure they're on brand for you, changing the wording to make sure it sounds like you want it to sound, right? You also need to work on getting your domain connected to your ClickFunnels. And so I just kind of walked you through the preliminary steps with that, right? So another thing that's going to be on your list, because you've already got your database, is to send out your first set of emails. That's your homework assignment for tonight. It's a little late to send them out, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend sending them out at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, but hell, it couldn't hurt. You might want to wait until in the morning, but either way it goes, before we meet tomorrow, you need to have sent out your first set of emails, which means that your app link needs to be whatever it's going to be. Okay? Needs to be whatever it's going to be, because when you send out that first set of emails, it's going to invite them to engage in your funnel. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now. I'm going to log into Notary Nerds University and show you where the email, the initial email can be found. I'll share my screen.
So quick question while you're doing that.
Yeah.
So we need to have 2 different domains, one for the app and one for the funnel.
Yeah, the app is going to be just whatever the app generates as your share link. So you don't really have to secure that one per se. It's just provided to you by the app. And then you have to go and secure one, not only for your opt-in funnel, but you also want one for your video sales letter funnel. So you got the one.
So hold on, my brain did not register anything. My question is that, do I need to get 2 domains, one for my app and the second one for the funnel?
You need to get 2 domains, 2 for the funnel, none for your app. Your app is going to give you a domain. It's going to, once you create your app, it's going to automatically create a domain for you. The 2 domains you do need to get are the ones that are going to be associated with the funnels itself. One is your opt-in funnel, one is your video funnel.
Okay.
If you don't want to do your video funnel right now, you can just get one domain and just focus on your opt-in funnel.
Okay, so the other night when we were in class, the app gave us a gibberish link. I thought per my notes, it says that I need to mask that or no.
No, that's not what we need to mask. The thing that we need to mask is the gibberish link from the ClickFunnels gibberish URL. ClickFunnels gives you a .clickfunnels, .notarynerds, .whatever. That's the one we were talking about that needs to be masked.
Perfect. So my note that says shared link will be the new domain. All Texas, after hours Texas Notary. That's not going to be my. I'm confused. Okay.
No, you're right. You go ahead. You're right. Yeah, that's going to be your domain associated with your funnel.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Let me just update my little notes. Okay.
And
Thank
we don't.
you.
You're welcome. And the only reason we don't care about the gibberish app domain is because it's just a hyperlink on a button. So we don't care what it reads.
Oh, got it. When it's on the click. Okay, got it. Okay, my brain got it. Okay, got it. I'm gonna mask that on the button. Like it's gonna be put on the button that
Correct.
Got it. My God. I had a
Yeah.
moment, y'all. Thank y'all. Okay.
That's okay. No, that's a
Okay.
good question.
Okay,
Okay.
good question.
Okay.
All
thank
right. All right. So
Cause I'm still confused on domains, so that helped me too. So things are.
you. You're welcome. And we gotta talk because I need help. Okay. All right. Thank y'all.
we're gonna get it together, you guys. Everything is gonna work out just fine. We're gonna get it all together. Okay, so let's go over to Notary Nerds University. Okay, let's go to Notary Nerds University. Where am I at? Okay, so what I want to do here is come over to, you'll see here, I'm adding things as we go. So now there's the section called email campaign. I just need you guys to click and make sure that you can access that, because in this email campaign is the initial template. Okay, over here, it's available for download. It says Attorney Marketing Funnel Email 1. Now, as I get a wild hair, I will create more emails, right? Should you sit and wait on me to develop emails for you? No, because you're CEOs, right? You're gonna read this and you're gonna say, okay, what is this all about? It takes approximately 8 touches before someone will respond to your marketing message. That means that they need to hear from you on up to 8 or more on up to 8 or more occasions before they are likely to engage with you. Available for download on this page, the Attorney Marketing Funnel email template. So let's open it. It's just a readjusted version of the email templates that we've been using in the title company, as well as the attorney marketing funnel that we've already talked about. Just a little bit different. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. Subject line, instant notary via mobile app. You want to change that up? Great. But the reason that I use that subject line is because I'm thinking about my target audience. Always, always, the words that you choose, everything that you choose has to be targeted towards your audience's pain point. Instant notary via mobile app? What? Let me see what this is about. I was gonna leave it notary app, but that doesn't say what I needed to say to make sure they open that email and read it. Instant notary via mobile app says what I need for it to say. It talks to that pain point that I know that these attorneys have, okay? They don't wanna have to spend a lot of time searching for someone. If they need someone, they wanna be able to do so quickly, right? That's why that attorney signed that contract with me. They wanted me in their back pocket for when they get ready, right? This app does that same thing for you, for these attorneys. That allows them to say, oh, okay, next time I need this, I'm gonna have it, versus I'm gonna have to find someone and Susie has to go, so she can't go do it. And now my case is being held up because I can't get this part of the situation notarized, right? So have you ever found yourself without a notary? If so, don't worry, I'm here to help. I have a free app that you can download. Next time you need a notary, just open the app and either myself or a member of my team will get it done. Sign up for free access using the link below. The link that you provide below is your domain that goes to ClickFunnels. So your Houston, Texas notary.com or your afterhoursnotary.com, right? It's not the app itself. It's not the link to the app itself. It's the domain to your funnel.
Okay.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay.
All right. So this is the email that you need to start working on tomorrow. The email is already written. The emails to the attorneys are already in your database. So the only things that you need to make sure of that are really, really good are your email signature, which should have been done a long time ago. Okay. You need to make sure that your app is situated like you want it. If you're uploading a logo, or if you wanted to remove the chat feature, or if you need to get more familiar with those things, those are the things that you're going to be investigating tomorrow while you're working and here and there, or whatever the case may be. Because that needs to be nice and tight before you send out your emails. For those of you guys who are not ready for the funnel, okay, you're not going to necessarily be able to send out your emails just yet. If you do send out emails, feel free, but you don't have anything to offer them for free. Okay. Now I will say this: you can be creative. Okay. Just but you still need that ClickFunnels funnel, that subscription. I don't want to try to, there's only so much jimmy rigging you can do with stuff, right? Until you're ready to get your funnel, until you're ready to do that subscription with ClickFunnels, I mean, this really won't work, because this is the Attorney Marketing Sales Funnel Bootcamp, right? So I don't want to try to tell you, oh, well, you could create this and then create this and it still will work, because that's really not what you want. Yes, Zara.
So I'm following and doing all the homework that you're assigning to us. However, I'm truly not getting ClickFunnels until Sunday, not because of the money, but I need to have laser focus and set everything up in one sitting.
Sure.
And I'm not making any excuses. I don't know everyone else going through, but I work 10 hours a day. So I'm not, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, how does Miss Monica and everyone else do between just my business and being a parent, you know, just a lot. And I'm not
Right.
making an excuse, but I'm telling myself, hey Z, on Sunday, you can dedicate the entire day from, because I want to get up at 7 and work, like I work at a 10-hour shift on my job, basically, for my business. And I'm gonna have everything set up. So I'm just wanted to let you know that I am doing the homework. It's just that I'm not gonna start ClickFunnels until Sunday, so I can be on YouTube going back and forth. Because I think with what I'm noticing with ClickFunnels is that I have to go to YouTube for everything. I know that they have it in the back office, but I just like someone talking to me and showing and telling, and that's my
I
maneuver.
totally get it. I totally get it. And that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, that's absolutely fine. The one thing that I do want is that when everybody is done, for them to share your funnel with the group, right? So once that's done, that's when you'll post it. You'll be posting it in the Facebook group. Now, but you don't have any time limit on that, okay? You just take your time and you get that done. But once you get it done, you'll get a reward, okay? I'm not sure what that reward will be, but it'll be worthwhile. So that will be your motivation to not take too long to get it done, but to know that once you do get it done, there will be a reward once you have done it. And that will be the final piece of the boot camp, right? So if anybody else is doing the same thing, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just do the homework that you can do, okay, without ClickFunnels, but understanding that, you know, the ClickFunnels, you really can go down a rabbit hole with it. Like I said, I started studying YouTube University about it back in May. And I mean, I went all in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've watched several of the videos 2 and 3 times just to kind of get a familiarity with it. I'm about to dump a bunch on you tomorrow too. Tomorrow's session for boot camp was going to be a little bit longer because it's all about YouTube, right? But we need to go ahead and get this first piece of it done, which is we got the database built. You got your ClickFunnels, the simple one. You've got your freemium, the app. You know how to deal with, you got all the pieces to that first puzzle. So you can go ahead and send that, right? But you don't want to do that, of course, Zara, if you're not going to have the ClickFunnels. So that part of the homework, I can understand you won't be able to get done. Yes, Myra.
Okay, so I'm going to use my regular email to send out these emails with my link in it. The
Correct.
North Dakota After Hours Notary, correct?
Correct.
Then I don't understand how ClickFunnels works then. Where does ClickFunnels come in as opposed to sending them a link for the Connect team?
Good question. So this is very important. So we'll go back to that example of the sidewalk, right? Well, when you send out that email, what's your domain name that you secured for your funnel?
ndafterhoursnotary.com.
Okay. So in your email, you'll type everything up and then your link at the bottom will say ndafterhoursmobilenotary.com. And the email content instructed them to click there to access your free funnel. When they do that, guess where they're gonna go? They're gonna go over. I'm gonna share my screen in just a moment. They're gonna go here.
Okay.
This is what's going to pop up, is this page. Yes, there's a little bit of a double entry here, right? Because you want them to enter their email here in your funnel because that grants you the ability to put them into your follow-up automation. They're saying, hey, I'm giving you my email because you're giving me something. And so now you don't have to worry about sending emails one at a time. As it's probably going to be the best case. Okay. So they're going to click there. They're going to give you the email. Yes. They're going to come here. Yes. They're going to click here. Yes. They're going to have to enter their email one more time. Okay. Okay. Along with their first and last name. But that's just to get access to your app. But if they want it bad enough and if they actually do it, then you know you got somebody.
Okay, because I'll get notified because I tested this out. Once they hit send for approval, then on my Connect team, I get a message from Connect team that somebody signed up to review it.
Awesome. Okay, that's
Okay.
good. Good. Did that answer your question?
Yep. It does.
Okay. So that's what the funnel process does. It walks the person down the sidewalk, holds their hand, and guides them to where you want them to go. Now, could you give them the share link to your app? Of course. You could just avoid the whole ClickFunnels altogether. But what you're missing if you do that is the opportunity to put them into your funnel. You're going to keep on having to do the most when it comes to reaching out to them in the future. Until they come into your funnel, they don't give you permission to email them in mass, right? Through automation, I should say.
Gotcha. So that's really the purpose of the ClickFunnels, is so you can automate continuous sending emails. Schedule
That
emails.
is correct.
So my
Yes.
question is, and you probably already answered it. I know you said that we have to be real careful when we sending stuff to attorneys because they are
Right.
attorneys. How many emails should we, like, you said not to blind copy everybody, or did you say blind copy everybody?
No, I did that. I blind copied 652 people. I had two attorneys, I had 3 responses. One signed a contract, one said you don't need to do that unless you do an unsubscribe option, and the third one said, please remove me from your list. So out of 652, I got a 3-person return, which is what percentage is 3 of 652? Should be about 1 or 2%, maybe a little bit less. Let me do the numbers. 652 divided by 3. I'm sorry, 300 divided by 652. Yeah, but 4.6 or 0.4, I'm sorry, 0.46. So not quite even, it's under a 1% return. So on 600 emails, I got that, but that's okay because I got a contract out of it. One of those responses was very desirable, right? So when it comes to your sending of these emails, the best way to send them is going to be one at a time.
Okay.
And I say that here so that you guys can know not to get caught up like I got caught up. But at the other side of the coin, I'm super busy and I was willing to take that risk because I just did not have the time. So I had to get it out. So I just said, heck with it, let me just send it. Okay. And that's the 3 results that I just gave you, what happened with me. Now, if you've got it all situated, if you got a template and you have someone who can follow instructions, they can do this for you. They can do this for you. Just provide them with the template, have them send you a test email first to make sure that everything is like it's supposed to be. Okay, make sure your email signature and everything looks like it's supposed to look. Of course, they would have to have access to your email. So this would have to be someone that you would feel comfortable doing that. But the way that this is going to work is if you impress upon them that you're just sending it to them. I probably would have got better responses had I not blind copied 600 people.
So like personalize the email, like, hey, John.
Exactly. Is it time consuming? Yes, but it's on the front end. Only on the front end, and hopefully only once. Because your call to action needs to be so pulling that they will come into your funnel. Once they come into your funnel, ClickFunnels has, I think somebody needs to go on mute.
I was trying to answer a question, Miss Monica. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay. ClickFunnels has what they call a email automation built into it. So along with that, the $97 subscription, you actually have the ability, let me go show you the contacts that I have from the previous funnel. And Antoinette, feel free to come on off of mute and ask your question. Oh, was that Narisa? Okay, go ahead, Narisa.
Do they have the option to unsubscribe built into the ClickFunnels so that
Correct. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so let me go to contacts.
Monica, I have a question. This is Suzette. How are you?
Hey, Suzette, good. How are you?
Pretty good. I have a question about ClickFunnels. I don't know if I missed it or not. Other than emails, are there other ways in which you can use ClickFunnel, like social media?
Yes. Okay. These are advanced steps, right? These are things that you can do that are going to be a little bit more involved. You can do a webinar funnel. That's what I'm working on right now. Have you guys ever gone and given your email and the thing says your webinar is going to start Tuesday at 2 or Wednesday at 5 or whatever the case may be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mark Wheels got me like that. Mhm.
Okay. Well, that is a very powerful tool, and that's what we're going to be using for our YouTube in-stream ad. Okay. So you can, to answer your question, yes, you can actually create webinar funnels. You can create video sales letter funnels. You can do anything that you've ever seen with these funnels from just now that you know about them, you'll start to recognize them everywhere you go. Okay. Everything is a funnel. Everything is a funnel. The people who are out here really doing extremely well across all industries are using funnels.
Right.
Okay. They're inviting you to a free webinar, and guess what? They're asleep because their webinar is recorded. They're using software to be able to host the webinar. It's a whole vibe. Okay. And I'm here for it. Okay.
Yep.
So that's basically ClickFunnels in a nutshell. It's going to give you the utility, Suzette, to do a whole bunch of other stuff just besides the plain little funnel that we've done.
Thank you.
Okay, I got one more question, Monica.
Uh-huh.
So when they click on the link to go to the ClickFunnels, and then they sign up and it takes them to the app and they signed up there. I guess this is going to be my due diligence to see what happens after that. Do they go inside the app then to do anything, or is just going to notify me? I guess Myra could answer that. Is it just going to let me know that somebody clicked on the app, or will it actually let them go in and schedule something or do something, or is it just going to be them signing up?
You would have to go and approve them to come onto the app. That's the way it's set up, it looks like, on, at least for me.
Okay.
So they have to wait for approval before they can get in.
And then I need to have my app set up for where
You need-
I want them to go immediately. Like when they go in, when they get approved, when they go in, it's going to be like to my calendar or something like that where they could schedule.
Right, but for me, I want to look at that directory, so I don't want the directory to be public, and I don't want the chat to be public.
Right.
And I have to find out how to do that.
You said don't make chat or directory public plus directory public. Okay.
I don't want an attorney seeing his competition on my scheduling.
No,
page.
absolutely. Yeah, no, that was a good note. That's why I took it down.
Yeah.
And then another question, Miss Monica, on the ClickFunnels, can people pay me through there on my site?
Yes. Great
Okay, perfect.
question. Yes.
Perfect.
The funnel can be integrated with your Stripe or PayPal or whatever it is. I think there's all kinds of integrations. I have mine connected to my Stripe so that when I have something that ends in a sale, if I want somebody to join Notary Nerds University, when they subscribe from the funnel, it goes directly into my Stripe account.
Perfect. Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
Is Stripe free?
No, they do charge per, it's like one of those things where they charge per transaction.
Per transaction, okay.
Mhm. But I'm so glad that you pointed that out, Zara, because that's what this is all about. You want to pull people down the sidewalk so that they can give you some money, right?
Okay.
Now, you have to be careful in the application because marketing is a building of a relationship, right? So the first few funnels that you do is going to be bringing awareness to who you are. And then you're going to start developing funnels to, you know, subscribe to be a part of my VIP list. That way you get all these extra features as an attorney. Now you don't have to worry about just my app. Now you get, you know, some enhanced things, but that's going to cost you $20 or $30 a month. Maybe you give them priority scheduling or whatever the case may be. But that's the opportunity for the recurring revenue model, is to find what that thing would be to make it worthwhile for the attorney to subscribe to retain you every month, right? We kind of talked about that on the surface, but we really don't know yet because, you know, for those of you guys who are on the call with the attorneys, I don't really think they know how to best utilize. This is all new, okay? All this is very new. So once we find out what their pain is and what's really valuable and important to them, that's where that subscription model will come in. And that's when they would be, you know, hey, let me pay $30 a month just so I can make sure that this amazing service is at my beck and call every single month. Okay. Okay, real quick before we go, I want to point out two other things in this section of the email campaign. Now, these are a couple of pieces of resource information. You can use these in a couple of different ways. I give you an example down here, but one of them is the NNA white paper, and the other one is the remote online notarization, the age of COVID. This was an article that I got from the ABA, and the NNA white paper was an article I just found during doing some research. When you're marketing, again, it's about building the relationship. And like I told you, my mantra is give more than you receive in your marketing. That's why my direct mail works, because I send it to a target audience and I'm giving more than I'm receiving. When you do your marketing touches, every single touch needs to be about them and how you can help them, okay? A lot of these attorneys and even some of these title companies, I saw some statistics that said that the title companies are not all understanding what this remote online notarization, is about. They don't know, you guys. We are at the very beginning of this thing. That's why it's kind of like, okay, well, how do we do this? Because no one knows. No one knows how we do this yet, okay? Yes, Myra.
One of the things with the title company I'm working with here in Cass County, they can do remote notarizations for, you know, refinances, but they have to have wet signatures on transfer deeds. So the seller's and still needs to be done. And that's not all of North Dakota. That's just Cass County where I'm at.
Wow.
So it's so fractioned in throughout the country.
Correct. And so this is a great resource, right? From the NNA. It's dated because it is from 2016, right? But this is, if you need to know what do you talk about in email 2, what do you talk about in email 3, what do you talk about in email 4? Hello, you've got all this fodder. You have got plenty of content for your follow-up emails, right? You could use this as an attachment in one of the follow-ups, or you could use the content within this document to develop touch 2, touch 3, touch 4, touch 5, touch 6, and touch 7, right? It's going to be important though, because this document is from 2016, for you to enhance that communication by saying, hey, look, I got this from the NNA white paper from 2016. Here's a link to the updated information. You're going to be so valuable as a resource to them, okay? You haven't asked them anything. The first email, you told them, hey, I've got a free app I want you to download to make your life easier. The second email, you're coming with this information from the ABA that they didn't even know existed. The third email, you're coming with information from the NNA that they didn't know existed. The fourth email, you pulled something else together. You see what I'm saying? You're setting yourself up, because that's what you have to do in marketing. It is a building of a relationship. It is not a one and done. And I think that's where a lot of people get caught in the sauce, is that they do something and nothing happens immediately, or their expectation was for something bigger to happen and it doesn't, and they get discouraged. But you can't do that. You have to think about if somebody was dating you. You have to think about if somebody was trying to get to know you romantically. They would have to do things in order to get to know you better. They're going to have to take you out on a date. They're going to have to buy you some flowers. They're going to have to get you some chocolate. They're going to have to get you some tacos. Okay? They got to do all these different things before, you do whatever you're going to do with them. We're going to leave it G-rated, okay? But you guys get my point. That's how you're gonna do the attorneys. You're gonna date them. You're gonna be the expert. You're gonna become a resource for them. And nobody else is doing this. No other notary. You're taking yourself out of the commodity market and you're making yourself somebody that's not just another notary. All right? On that note, it is 9:05. You guys have plenty of homework to do. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. Is there anything else before we conclude for tonight?
Yes, ma'am. In regard to the email sequence, you said there needs to be an 8 touch point. So for me doing Ron, what will be my first email clearly would be the app. And then I need to massage them with the benefits of doing remote online notarizations.
Yes, totally. But you're going to do it in a very creative way. You're going to do it using video. Right?
Perfect.
You're
Okay.
going to start your YouTube channel that you were supposed to start back at the mock loan signing. And the
Okay.
links that are going to go into your email campaign, Mrs. Zara, are going to be links to that channel where you're going to be showing what it looks like to get a remote online notarization done.
Okay, y'all.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Monica,
Anyone else? Yes.
yes,
you're
Monica,
right.
I forgot to ask you yesterday, I'm filling out an application also for a title company, and it asks for 2 references. Matt usually has a reference.
Oh, I'm not. You're
Not
right
sure on that one?
Hold. I got to think about that because you
Gotta think
hit me
about
with you hit me with a lot of paragraph length long questions and comments that I'm not sure that you're ready.
Okay.
And you're still in development for me right now. I don't know
Okay.
if it's time. We're gonna pray on that one, okay? And I'm gonna get back with you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. All right, you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow night at 8:00.
Super. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Right.